Welcome to Retech Solution. In today's class, we're going to see about the machine learning libraries, pandas. Okay, our first library we're going to see is pandas. Okay, in last class we got through an overview of pandas. In today's class, we're going to see some concepts and some in-depth concepts in pandas. Okay. What is pandas? Pandas it's a library. It's a open source library used for data manipulation and analysis tool. Okay, it is used for data manipulation and data structures in for Python programming. Okay, that's it. Okay, Python with pandas is used in a wide range of fields including academics and commercial domains, including finance, economic, statistics, and analysis. Okay, it is used in the domains basically a finance calculation of financial values and statistical data and analytics. Okay, it is mainly used for some sort of deriving data from our data sets. Okay, okay, okay. To start with the Python, to start use of Python pandas, we got a two sets of installation process. Okay, first thing will be a pip install Python. Okay, pip is nothing but of a package that is used to install Python libraries. Okay, pip is a package used to install Python libraries. You can use this syntax pip install Python, pip install Python and pip install pandas to okay, pip install pandas to install the panda using our command line prompt. Okay, basically but basically we want to use pandas through a navigator. Okay, Anaconda navigator. Okay, first before we move on to the pandas, we will show how to install our Anaconda navigator. Okay, for that I'm opening my Chrome. Okay, just simply type Anaconda navigator download like that and go to the first link here and go to the download section. Okay, it will show the latest versions of the Anaconda navigator here, but we're gonna use some older version here where that can be found in the here. Okay, we're gonna use the 2018 editions. My system is Windows 64, so 18. Yeah, I got this. I'm gonna download this. I previously downloaded that, so I'm gonna cancel it right now. Okay, I opened the Anaconda installer here after the download. What I'm gonna do is simply I'm gonna click next. Okay, and I'm gonna agree the conditions and I'm gonna click just me. It is recommended. Next is my path required and okay, that's it. Okay, then install it. It will automatically install. I've been previously installed it, so I'm gonna skip this part. Okay, after my installation is done, I'm gonna launch my Anaconda navigator. Okay, this is how my Anaconda navigator will look like. Okay, this is what an Anaconda navigator is. It will look like. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to install my pandas library. Okay, go to the environments here. Okay, and select all. Okay, and choose the packages you want to install. Okay, in my case I'm going to install pandas. Okay, it has been previously installed, but what I'm going to do is I just want to click it and then okay, after that it will show me a apply like that. Okay, if I apply this, it will pop up an installation process. Okay, that's it. That's where we can install our pandas in our Anaconda navigator. Okay, after the installation I'm gonna launch my Jupyter notebook. We're gonna run our previously I've doing our coding part in my Visual Studio Code like an IDE like that, but in most of the machine learning cases we're gonna use the new Jupyter notebook. Okay, it will open. It will take some time. Okay, the Jupyter notebook will open in the browser part. Okay, it will open in a browser only. Okay, this is how my Jupyter notebook will look like. Okay, we have some files. Okay, we can import our files from documents, downloads. Okay, desktop. We can run our files. Okay, before I'm going to start, I'm going to create a new file. It's a new Python file. Okay. It will be, I'm going to name it as a task. Okay. That's it. Okay. The thing is, in the Jupyter notebook, the file will be called as an IPYND file. Okay. In normal Python file, it will be called as .py, but when we are using a Jupyter notebook, it will show as .ipynd file. It will be run only using a Jupyter notebook. We can run this file only in a Jupyter notebook or a cloud. Okay, like that. We can't run in a normal text editor. Okay. Okay. We will move to the slides. Okay. Next is, before we go to the coding part, we're going to cover some basic concepts in pandas. Okay, in pandas data structure, we have three types. Okay, we have three sets of data structure in pandas. The first one is a series type, another one is a data frame, another one is a panel. Okay, and a series type, it's a one-dimensional array. Okay, a series is nothing but of 1D labeled homogeneous array, size immutable. Okay, it is a one-dimensional array. Okay, in data frames, generally a data frame is a 2D, I mean two-dimensional labeled array. Okay, heterogeneously typed columns. Okay, data frames has a two-dimensional label. Okay, in panel, generally panel is a 3D labeled size mutable arrays. Okay, we got a three types of data structures here in pandas. One is series, another one is a data frame, another one is a panel. Okay. Okay, what is a series in pandas? A pandas series can be created using the constructor. Okay, to create a pandas series means the code for this will be pandas.series and the data, index, dtype and copy. You will see that in a practical section. Okay, a series can be created using various inputs like an array. Array may be a set, it may be a set, maybe a dictionary or a list. Okay, to use a series, the code will be, we're going to first import our pandas. Okay, I'm going to import pandas as a PD here, and I'm going to initialize that series function here, and I'm going to print it. Okay, this is what a syntax of my pandas series. Okay, we will see that in a practical example. Moving to a Jupyter notebook. Okay, I'm gonna okay. Before we go working on with the pandas, first thing is I'm going to import my pandas library from Python. Okay, for that I'm going to import pandas as PD. Okay, the PD is not a convention; it's only your own process. You can call whatever it may be. Okay, I'm going to first install and import pandas. Okay, before that, what is a series? Okay, I said series is a one-dimensional array. Okay, what is a one-dimensional array? One-dimensional array is nothing but of a list, general list we use. Okay, this is called a one-dimensional array. I think it will be clear for you. Maybe I can zoom it. Okay, this is a one-dimensional array we're going to use in a series. Okay, this is the array or a list that we're going to use. Okay. Next thing is the syntax we're going to use. What is pandas dot series? Okay, in series, the thing we're going to use is data, index, dtype and copy. Okay, data. The first thing is data and the index and dtype and copy. These are the parameters we want to pass in our series function. Okay, what is the data? A data is nothing but of takes input. Okay, the form of ND array. The list we want to specify here. This is called a data here. Okay, the input we want to specify. And index is similar to the range. Okay, index value must be unique and hashable. Same length as data. Okay, the index position means the number of values. It should be a unique value and has the same length of data. It must have the length of the data. Okay. dtype is a type of data we want to do. Maybe it will int or a float like that. Okay, and then copy is default as a defaultly copy will be in a false format. Okay, default copy will not be work unless or until you call it. Okay. Okay. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to initialize a series here. For that, I'm going to I'm going to call pandas PD dot series. For that, calling the series value, the first letter should be in a capital. Okay, S should be in a capital and I'm gonna do like this, and I'm gonna print my n. Okay. To run a code in a Jupyter Notebook, the simple thing is I'm gonna press this run button. Okay. This is a block and it will run. You can see that the kernel is a busy. Okay. If you saw a black dot in this Python 3, it says that the kernel is running. Wait for a while. Okay. Okay, our output has been displayed here. It shows a series with a null value, the data is empty, and the d type is a float 64. We got a data in the form of d type in the form of float 64. Okay, this way we can create a series in a pandas. Okay. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an array and I'm going to pass it in my my series. Okay, for that what I'm going to do is np.array. Okay, np.array. Okay, I'm just going to convert this in an array form. Okay, what is np here? np is nothing but of a numpy. Okay, we have seen that numpy in a basic description class. Numpy is nothing but of a numerical Python. Numpy as np. We're going to import this to change it in an array format. Okay, then we're going to pass this is here. Okay, sorry. Okay, that's it. I'm going to run this code. You can see that it gives me an output like this. Okay, it is a d-type. We got an index. This is an index value, and this is the value we have specified. Okay, if it doesn't specify the index, it will automatically take. Okay, and if it doesn't specify the d-type, it will be in the format of integer. Okay, what if my value, this simple value contains a float here? Okay, if a single value has a float also, if the entire table has been converted into a float. Okay, using a series value. Okay, okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to specify my d-type defaultly. D-type is equal to int 32 like this. Okay, I'm going to define it using the quotation here. Okay, I'm going to run this code now, and we can see that it is in an integer format. Okay, okay, this is the basic concept in creating a pandas array. Okay, you can see that I have specified the d-type only. I am not specifying the index. Now I'm going to specify the index for my values. Okay, I'm going to specify my index. Index is equal to 100, 101, 102, 102, 103, 104. Okay, these are my index value. Okay, I'm going to start my index with 100. Okay, if I run this code, you can see that my index value has been started from 100, 101, 102, 103, 104. Okay, this way we can use a series for a one-dimensional array. Okay, this is an example of using a series, pandas series for a one-dimensional array. Okay. Okay, you can also specify this. I'm going to remove this S. I'm going to specify 9 here. I'm going to run this code. You can see as per the index there, the 9 value has been repeated. Okay, what if my, I'm going to type yes here. I will remove one of my index value, and it will throw me an error showing that the pass the length of my list, NP array S contact has been 5. Okay, but I am passing only 4 index value. It shows me an error. We have seen that in before. Okay, the index value of the index means the length of the array or list we want to pass should be equal to the index value. Okay, the length of the index. Okay, this is a perfect example, I think so. Okay, that's it for the series, and we're going to move on to the next data frame, that is data frame. Okay, next data structure is a data frame. Okay, data frame is a two-dimensional data structure. Okay, data is aligned in a tabular fashion in a row and column. Okay, to create a pandas data frame, we need the same type of syntax we used in the series. Pandas.data frame, start the D and F start with the capital here. The input is going to be data here and the index value, and another extra thing is a column here, because It is a data frame is a two-dimensional array. Okay, in series it is a one-dimensional array, so we don't specify any columns or rows here. But in data frame, it is as it is a two-dimensional array, we must specify the column here and the D type and the copy. Okay. In Pandas, data frame can be created using various inputs like list, dictionary, series, numpy, nd arrays, and other data frames. Okay, the syntax is similar to create. The syntax of creating a data frame is similar to the syntax of creating series. Okay, we will see that in a practice. Okay, I'm opening my Jupyter notebook. Okay, this is an example of series here. Okay, I'm gonna run this. Okay, the next block I'm gonna create this for a. Okay, I've been imported pandas and numpy in my previous block, so I can use this pd and np in my next block also. But before using that, we should run this block. Okay, you have run it and make sure that np and array in the flow of this block. Okay, now I can use that here also. Okay, I'm gonna create my series here. Sorry, data frame here. Okay, I'm going to create my data frame p is equal to pd dot data frame. Okay, it's going to be empty and I'm going to print p here. Okay, we got a data frame here. Okay, we got a data frame with a column and an index here. Okay, this is an empty data frame. Okay, now I'm going to pass some value here. Okay, I'm going to pass some values in my data frames. Okay, the first thing I'm going to pass is I'm going to pass this s. Okay, we have previously created this. I'm going to simply pass that itself and I'm going to run this code. Okay, we got the value here. Okay, it is similar to the series type. We got the value 1.1, 1.2, 3.0, 4.1 and 5.0. Okay, this is a data frame and this is the value here 0 is the name of the column here. Okay, a header of a column. Okay, okay, it is a one-dimensional array. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a two-dimension here. I'm going to create another data here. Okay, what I'm going to create is data. I'm going to create a list, maybe a nested list like that. First thing it would be maybe a India. Okay, I'm going to create a capitals like that. We're going to have okay. I'm going to simply specify DC here. Okay, I'm going to create a name of a country and a capital here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to simply run this code. So this forward. I'm going to pass this data here. Okay, we got India, Delhi and America, Washington DC. Okay, we got the column name as 0 and 1. Okay, I want to specify a column. That's where the column keyword is being given for the data frame. Country, capital. Okay, for the S here, columns. Okay, and we got the heading for our columns. Okay, this way we can create a data frame. The column is used to name the head of the column. Okay, this way we can also have a multiple arrays, multiple columns here. Maybe a couple of things also, populations also there. Maybe another things, all me strength like that. We can add what are the things we need in our columns. Okay, this is a basic example of creating a data structures. Okay. Okay. Another way we can use our creating a data frames in creating a data frames. The thing is, I'm going to pass a dictionary here. I'm going to create an array type of thing. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to create a variable called name. Okay, it's going to be a key and value pair, and I'm going to specify multiple names. Okay, for example, Shah here, and Vicky here, and Ganesh. That's it. Okay, I got 3 names here, and I'm going to specify age. Okay, age parameter here. Okay, 23, 25, 26, like this. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change. No, I'm not going to change. I'm going to remove this column. I'm going to see what will happen to this. Okay, I'm going to run this. You can see that automatically this name has been taken as a column name and it has been shown here. Okay, this way we can create a data frame. We can use a dictionary also for creating our data frames here. Okay, we have created this data frame using the dictionary we have created. Okay, and we can also change the index positions also here. Okay, in previous data series type we have changed the index. Like that also we can change the index position. I'm going to change the index position as per the age here, 25 and 26 and 26, and I'm going to specify the D type format also. It's going to be float 32. Okay, we got the index value that we specified and also in a float format. Okay, 23.0, 25.0, 26.0, like that. Okay, this is a basic example of creating a data frames here. Okay, we can also create a data frame from a list like that also. For example, I'm going to create another data frame here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this. I'm going to create a list here and A, 1 here, B here, and 2 here, A, it's gonna 2 here, B, it's gonna 3 here, C, it's gonna 4. Okay, in this my list, in this dictionary format, okay, I've created a C variable in my second only, but in first I'm not creating a C variable. Okay, okay, I'm going to remove this index position here, and the D type also, it's not a float like that, so int is string here. Okay, I'm going to save this and I'm going to run this, and we can see that it takes the value A1 and A2 here, and B for B it's 2 and 3, and for C it has been not here. Okay, the value of C is not here, so that's why it's not showing, and it shows a null, like that, a null value, and here we have the value of C, and that's why it's specifying the 4 here. Okay, this way also we can use our data frames here for creating a two-dimensional format. Okay, this is another example of creating the data frames. Okay, I think that's enough for this. Is okay. We move on to our next part. Okay, our next part is going to be okay. Our next data structure is panel. Okay, panel is a 3D container of a data. Okay, it is in the form of 3D type. Okay, in a previous we're gonna see it's a series is a one dimensional and data frame it's a two dimensional and panel is a three dimensional columns. Okay, the term panel data is derived from econometrics and it's partially responsible for the name pandas. Okay, panel data. Okay, that's why panel is some sort of important thing here. Okay, to create a panel here, the thing is data items, major axis and minor axis, D type and copy. Okay, panel can be created using multiple ways like from ND array, from dig of data frames. Okay, okay. The syntax is similar to that. Import pandas as PD, import numpy as NP, data and panel like that. Okay, we're going to see that in the practical. I'm going to opening my Jupyter notebook. Okay, to create a panel here, I'm going to call my PD, sorry, p value here, PD dot panel. I'm going to make it as an empty and I'm going to print p here as we done before. Okay, we got an error also, it's a warning error, but we got our panel section. Okay, it is in the class, it is in the format of class. Okay, class pandas.code.panel.panel and we got a dimension for it 0 into 0 into 3. This is about a 3 dimensions. First dimension will be item and major axis and a minor axis here, and item axis none, major axis none, minor axis is also none. Okay, because we don't have any pass parameters here. Okay, this is how a panel has been created. Okay, now I'm going to pass some values here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a data here and a np dot to create a panel data. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create np dot random dot rand or rand, and it's going to be from 1 to 3 to 4 comma maybe 5, 3 comma 4 comma 5. Okay, these are the parameters. I'm going to pass the data here. Okay, I'm going to run this block. That's a error we got. Okay, sorry, we got only 3 inputs. I'm given 4, 5 here. I'm going to remove that couple of things, and I'm going to run this. I'm going to save this. Okay, we got our axis here. It's in dimension 1 and 2 and 3, and we got the value for also 0 to 1, 0 to 2. Okay, but what if I'm going to change it 10, 99 and 800? Okay, it's a huge value, it's a huge gap between them. I'm going to run this code, and you can see that the first value starts from 0 to 9. It has a value from 0 to 9, and second it starts from 0 to 98 and 0 to 799. Okay, this is how the 3D panel will be. Okay, we have created a panel using our 3D format. Okay, we can also pass some sort of data frames inside the panel. Okay, for that what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this. Okay, I'm going to open my list here. I'm going to open my list, and I is equal to 1. It's going to be an item 1, and I'm going to mark it like this. It's going to be a key and value pair here. What I'm going to do is pd dot data frame np dot random dot rand. Okay, I'm gonna pass the value here. Okay, 1 comma 2 comma 3. Sorry, maybe 1 and 2. It's gonna be some sort of odd value here. 5 9 here. Okay, and after that I'm gonna make it another thing, I underscore 2. Okay, it's gonna pd dot data frame np dot random dot rand. Okay, I'm gonna pass the value here. It's gonna be 6 comma 11 here. Okay, that's it. And I'm gonna pass this here and I'm gonna run this code now. Sorry, what is bad? Sorry. Okay, we got the output similar to that, but the thing is, for the item 1 it takes 2 and into 6, and major axis is 6 and a minor axis is 11. Okay, what is happening here is it took us 6 and 11 here and a random value between. Okay, the item of, okay, it took an item axis as item 1 and item 2. Okay, it took the value of item axis as item 1 to item 1 to 2, and for major axis it starts from 0 to 5 and 0 to 10, like that. That's it. Okay, okay, this is how, this is also we can create our data frames here. Okay, okay, that's an basics concept we can cover now till now. Okay, okay, this is a basic examples of pandas. Okay, and then this is the end of the today's class. Okay, we're gonna see next library, basic concepts of next library in next class. Okay, okay, and that's the end of this today's class. Okay, thank you for your time. Okay, thank you.